Hey there, it's Braedyn, and you're currently watching part 2 of the Braedyn Bralette tutorial. Part 1 will be in the description box below, just in case you haven't seen it or you're not sure where exactly we left off, because it's just going to start abruptly where we left off. Alrighty, back to the tutorial. Back right over here to make the scallops. And I actually have a tutorial that focuses just on making scallops, but making scallops is really easy. Basically what you're going to do is make 5 to 7 double crochets inside of one stitch, and I say 5 to 7 because it depends how big you want your scallop to be. For this scallop I actually made 7 double crochets inside of this one stitch, and when I make these scallops I actually am going to want to go into the opening of the previous stitch. So this is my first scallop, made up of 7 double crochets inside of one triple crochet stitch right in the opening. And then after that I'm just going to chain 1, and then inside of this opening I'm going to make a slip stitch, then chain 1 once again, and then create another scallop inside of this inside of this opening by creating 7 double crochets inside of that one triple crochet, and then I'm just going to continue with the pattern. And again, if you want a slower tutorial that just focuses on making scallops, then I will link that in the description box below right under the Crocheting for Beginners video, just so that's right there and nice and helpful and all. So this is what it should start looking like, and you're just going to continue with that throughout the entire top. That way your top could be scalloped and have that cute little detail added to it. So again, after you're done making a scallop, you're going to chain 1, slip stitch into that next stitch, chain 1, and then create another scallop made up of 7, or at least 5 to 7 double crochets inside of one stitch / one opening inside of the previous triple crochet. Once again, it should start looking something like this, and you're going to want to do it all the way to the end of your top. And yeah, so I'll meet you back here once I'm done with all my scallops. So now that I have made all my scallops throughout my top, I'm going to make yet another strap made up of a bunch of chains and then going back on that chain using a slip stitch. And after I have done that, then I just cut off the excess yarn and seal the last loop. Make sure that it's nice and secure when you seal it. You don't want your top to unravel. And after that, you are done with your actual top, and I'm just going to show you how I lace the straps together so it gives it a cute little corset kind of feel to it. And with this top, I've seen photos of people wearing it backwards with the straps in the front, or normally with the straps in the back, and I think that both ways look really cute. It just depends on how you want to wear it. So what I like to do is map out where I'm going to place the straps first, and then with my hook I just feed the strap through the stitches I want to attach the strap to. And I just do one side first, make sure that's crisscross pattern and the spaces are relatively the same size, because if they're all different sizes it's going to look kind of weird. I know that the bottom one is actually bigger than the ones on top, but I think it looked pretty good in the end. You could always change it if you want to. Just take it out and then just put it in a different stitch. You don't have to unravel anything, which is good. And after I'm done with one, then I go ahead and grab the second one and I crisscross that one as well. And it takes me a couple tries because sometimes it looks weird, the spacing looks weird, but in the end I just kind of stretch it all out, and there you go. Looks rather cute. And now that we're done with the actual top, you're going to start working on the little sleeves that this top has. It's not necessarily a off-the-shoulder top. It has separate sleeves that you have to attach to the top afterwards. So that's what we're making right here. Now, make a chain that is long enough to wrap around your arm. So just look at your arm and create a chain, and then wrap that chain around your arm until both ends touch. You don't want to make the chain too small, because then you won't be able to actually put it on your arm. you don't want it to be too tight, you don't want to lose circulation, so make sure that when you wrap the chain around your arm, it has a little bit of room, that way you can slide the sleeve on and off whenever you wish, but not too much room where it's going to be slipping off. So I would say that make just enough chains so that it wraps around your arm barely, and then make maybe 1 at max, 2 more chains after that, just to give you a little bit of room to slide the sleeve on and off, and so that it won't be so tight and causing you any problems. And after that, you're just going to go back on that chain using a double crochet, and you already know how to do a double crochet. And you don't have to do that many rows for this little sleeve, well, unless you want to. If you want the sleeves to be longer, then it's totally up to you, but I believe I only made 2 rows of double crochet, and then I took my project and I went to the sides and I combined both of the sides of the project at the ends using a slip stitch to make this circle project. And then after that, I just did a couple more rows of double crochet. I'm actually not sure how many rows I made of it, but I'm pretty sure I probably made 4. I'm going to say 4 because I kept my sleeves rather small, as you can tell. But again, if you want them to cover, say, like quarter sleeve or anything, just make more of the double crochets and just go around and around until you're happy with the size. And I will meet you back here once I'm done. Okay, so it looks like I actually made maybe 3 rows of double crochet, and then I was satisfied with the size of it. And after that, I'm going to do almost exactly what I did with the top, and I'm going to start doing the triple crochets by skipping the first stitch and then creating a triple crochet and then chaining 1, skipping the first stitch, creating a triple crochet, chaining 1, and then skipping the first stitch. Go around the entire circle 1 time, and then after that, then I'm going to start making triple crochets inside of the towers of the triple crochets in the previous row. Your project should start looking something like this, rather similar to the actual top that you made. We're pretty much going to do the same thing, but just around in a circle for the cuff. I'm going to call it the cuff. It's not really a sleeve, it's more like a cuff. And so when the camera needs to focus, this is what it looks like so far. I did a couple more rows of triple crochet, but not too many. And then after I was satisfied with how many rows I made, then I started making the scallops. Something else that I wanted to mention was before you start making all these different rows of double crochet and triple crochet and then even the scallops, make sure that once you make it a circle by combining the 2 ends with the slip stitch, then please try on the sleeve or the cuff, because you don't want it to be too small or too loose, and then you crochet the whole thing and then try it on afterwards and you realize that it's too small or it's too big or whatnot. So once you make the project a circle, then try it on, see if you like it. If not, then you can just unravel it there instead of having to do the whole cuff and then unraveling it at the end. So yeah, try it on. Okay, so you already know how to make scallops, and after you have completed your 1 row of scallops at the bottom, then you are done with the cuff. So go ahead and grab some scissors and cut off the excess yarn and seal off that last loop. And after that, you're done with the cuff, and it's time to actually attach the cuff to the top. And the way you attach it is very simple. All you have to do is create a chain and attach the chain to both the top and the cuff, and you're golden. So I've already made both of my cuffs. You make the second cuff the exact same way that you made the first cuff. And for the first cuff, I did detach the yarn, but for the second one, I didn't detach it just because I feel like it saved time. And it's up to you if you want to detach the yarn and then make a chain and then attach the chain to both the cuff and the top, or you could just do what I'm doing right now and keep the chain attached to the cuff and then just attach that chain to the top. It's probably much faster, but the only thing that I kind of messed up on was that the chain was at the bottom of the sleeve when you're actually supposed to attach the chain to the top of the sleeve. Okay, I'm using sleeve and cuff interchangeably. Just know that when I say cuff, I mean sleeve, and when I say sleeve, I mean cuff. But anyway, see how it's at the bottom right here? I attached it, and I thought it was fabulous and great, but then I tried it on and I didn't feel like it was right. So after I filmed the video, I went back and detached this chain and attached it to the top of the cuff. So not where the scallops are, but the very top. And then I just attached it to the top and it was much better. So you can follow these steps in attaching it. All I did was create a slip stitch to attach the chain, and then I cut off the excess yarn and secured the last loop, and I was done. However, the only thing that I would suggest that you change is, instead of attaching the chain at the bottom of your cuff where the scallops are, make sure that you attach the chain at the top of the cuff where the double crochets are, because it feels much better and I feel like it looks better. And that's what I did with the second one, and that's why when I tried it on, I was like, yeah, the second one's actually better because I attached it from the top. And there you go. Now you can see that I attached it to the top and it fits much better and it looks fabulous. So that's it. That's all you have to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a grand time not only crocheting this top but also rocking it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're interested in crochet tutorials every single month, then check out my Patreon account and become a patron today. Otherwise, you could just subscribe to this channel and look for my crochet top proposal videos, like those up, so I can post more crochet top tutorials. If you need more information, again, check out the description box below, and don't forget to click that red subscribe button if you have not already, so I can see you next time. Bye!